Hello everyone. My name is Mr. Spooky Panda, or Crazed Jester, and let's talk, shall we? So, I don't think it's any secret or any surprise to anyone that Andrew Tate has a bunch of devoted cult followers. I say cult followers not as a derogatory term in terms of like, oh yeah, they just follow these cult, you know, oh, they just follow them, that obviously makes them a cult, but more in terms of the fact that they are actually a cult. I say this because if you look at their followings and who Andrew Tate is following, you see that most of them will literally probably die for him if they need him, if Andrew Tate needs him to. I think it's incredibly important to note that these are not just random. I mean, most of the people who play are quite devoted in terms of how much they are willing to go for Andrew Tate, how much they're willing to go to impress Andrew Tate. And I think it's definitely something that needs to be addressed, because I think it's incredibly disheartening to see how many people will follow one man and how much they will do for him. Adin Ross has been on the internet for a while now, but has recently been known as, and recently garnered attention for being Andrew Tate's biggest lackey. You know, even the 12-year-old across, like even the edgy 12-year-old that has no friends doesn't have as much devotion to Andrew Tate as Adin Ross does. When you think of dick sucker, you think of Adin Ross. When you think of guy who literally has no friends in life, has been hurt by a lot of women, and has no more trust in anyone because of how many times that he's been hurt in life, most of which being the result of his fault, you think of Adin Ross. Now, I want to address this real quick because I saw an H3H3 video about him addressing Adin Ross and his attacks against H3H3 after H3H3 made, well, some multiple comments against Adin Ross, more specifically the fact that he openly supports someone who's allegedly a human trafficker. Allegedly, of course, this is all just accusations at the moment, but I mean, it could be true. However, Adin Ross came back, and he came back with the baby dick shit response. You know, the old, you're ugly and fat. I don't... You know, you think at Hustlers University, you know, that Andrew Tate runs, you think that they'd have a course on, you know, actual comebacks and not make you look like a pussy bitch. But I guess those don't exist. I mean, Hustler University is really lacking on the whole. We need to make these people manly and not 12 years old. But I digress. So pretty much what's happening now is Adin Ross got his feelings hurt because of H3H3. Now I want to make it very clear that I don't like H3H3. I think H3H3 is just one of those people who just aren't enjoyable to watch. I feel like many of his takes are terrible takes. So I'm coming with the least amount of bias. In fact, I'm coming with bias the fact that I don't like H3H3. I just don't like H3H3. I just never really enjoyed him as a content creator. And I think that he's definitely one of the most sensitive in terms of his feelings being hurt a lot, or like him just having really sensitive takes. However, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So when I saw this video about Adin Ross coming out with baby shit responses, you know, I had to like at least listen to it. And it's really funny. I mean, Adin Ross talks about having podcasts and shit. He went as far as to shave his head in solidarity for an alleged human trafficker. I think back then in the day, people had more respect for their self-image in terms of like, oh, this person's a human trafficker. Maybe we shouldn't associate with this person, or this person is alleged to be a human trafficker. Maybe let's not have connections and communication this person. But nowadays, no one cares. It's just like, oh, you know, what the fuck ever. I think the difficulty is that Adin Ross has gone so far in with the whole I support Andrew Tate that his dick is so far up his ass. You know, despite being someone who's like, oh, I need to get women, he sure does love dick. I mean, Jesus Christ. Genuinely, I believe it's kind of upsetting that someone will go this far to support someone who is just wrong most of the time. I mean, Adin Ross is definitely not the most intelligent of content creators. In fact, I'd go to say that he is the dumbest content creator of all time. I would go as far to say he's the dumbest content creator of all time, or just the dumbest person of all time. And I don't say that lightly. There are some pretty dumb people. I mean, we still have Greta and all of them out there in the world. That vegan teacher. We have some pretty stupid people. But I really genuinely believe that Adin Ross has got to be the most dumb baby dick shithead poo-poo brain out there. I think it's important to note real quick is that I don't not like Adin Ross. I bet he's an amazing, I bet he's a good human when he's not writing Andrew Tate's dick like it's going out of style. You know, before Andrew Tate came along, his brain didn't regress to that of a 5th grader. But, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit. I don't know. I think it's incredibly important to also note that Adin Ross is an idiot. He's an idiot. So you can't really take what he says to heart too much. I mean, you gotta kind of give him a little bit of slack when it comes to, you know, his beliefs. Because any 5-year-old will believe anything that sounds too good to be true. I mean, what child do you know that actually has a good thought process? You don't. There's no children who know that. So you gotta treat Adin Ross like he's a 2-year-old in terms of his beliefs, because he's pretty stupid. However, I don't know. This video is kind of just to address the whole Adin Ross is just a fucking man-child who sucks Andrew Tate's dick as if it's like the Bible and some Christian man who does nothing but hump the Bible 10 days out of the week is reading it. I don't know. I had a point to this video. But I think more that I think about it, I think it's more of just not any point and more of just, I don't know. Just, it's funny. It's funny to me how someone can have that much money. Could be that, like famous and not use their influence for good and instead to promote someone who's openly misogynistic and terrible with women. You know, and I hate the word misogyny. I think that word has been overused and dug too far into the ground to hold any merit. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I think the word misogyny has been used too much to just address any man who just doesn't think that women are the holy grail. And that's not a all women thing that happened. That is like one of those feminazi type deals. But it's just important to note that this person is definitely misogynistic in the way that it's intended to be used, not just a feminazi term for it. Oh. That's about it. I just kind of wanted to address the whole Adin Ross thing. Oh, okay. So that's Adin Ross. I have another thing I want to talk about now that I'm here. I'm recording. Children. I think another issue is that most of his fans, Andrew Tate's fans, aren't actually adults. I've come to the conclusion that most of them are 5 years old or in middle school, have not felt the touch of a woman, and have been rejected by, you know, the school's known nerd, you know, the ugly chick that does nothing but sit around all day and read books. They definitely got rejected by that girl. Asked everyone else out on the date, got rejected by everyone, and their last chance has now gone out the window. That's Andrew Tate's fans, and he lives off of that. You know, I think the issue is that kids live vicariously off of that. They see this person saying, hey, women are bad, you know, women are evil. They should be treated as property. Hey, that's Adin Ross, that's not, you know, that's Andrew Tate's words, not mine. And I think kids live vicariously off. They're like, oh, I relate so much to this. When in actuality they don't relate to it, except the fact that they're lonely. I just think that kids are way too impressionable these days because they live off the internet. They live off the internet. No, I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, the internet's evil. I obviously love the internet. That's literally what I do most of my day, is use the internet. I play video games, use the internet. That's kind of my whole thing. However, I do think that there is a correlation between kids and the way that they think and the internet. Much like how your thoughts are influenced by your parents. You can't sit here and say that your beliefs aren't influenced by your parents, because they are. Your political views, everything like that, is based off of your values that your parents had. Well, obviously it could change. You could have the exact opposite effect. However, in your early childhood, you copy the mannerisms off of your parents. So it's not far off and out of the realm of science to say that you can copy, as a child, you can copy your mannerisms from video games and from internet. And that's not to say that if a child, if a 10-year-old impressionable child plays a violent video game, they're going to be violent. I don't believe in that. However, I believe that if a child who is lonely listens to someone on the internet say, hey, here are your reasons for being lonely, they are women, they're going to live vicariously and take that information as, oh yes, this is obviously the reason why, because women don't talk to me. And they're just 10 years old. But they think that the reason why their life is shit is because of a female, and their life isn't exactly good. They're going to think that it's a female because it's an adult saying that. You know, that's what they do. You know, they always are taught, oh, adults are always right. Listen to your adults. No, that's a bunch of hoopla. You know, it's a bunch of mumbo schmumbo that might not even be correct. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a psychologist, not yet, anyways. More specifically, I'm not an internet psychologist. I will never be that. I see what the fuck you people post on Twitter. But I think it's just important to note that children definitely are impressionable. And I think that Andrew Tate and Adin Ross and his other cult followers do take this and run it as, we need more people to be like this. I don't think I can say it enough how bad I think Andrew Tate's takes are. I mean, literally saying that he thinks women are property definitely isn't the most, you know, isn't exactly a good thing. I'm not going to sit here and say that I think that that's exactly the best take in the world. It's kind of a shit take if you ask me. I mean, openly calls females property. I mean, I get the whole church thing. I get the whole wedding thing. I mean, you were literally handing off your daughter. Well, the dad is. However, I think the thought of you taking it literally as property is a little sad. I wouldn't think of it as, yeah, you were giving away property. I think it more of it is just a ceremonial thing, like, this is my daughter, take care of her, you know. This is my daughter, I'm allowing you to marry her, you know. As blessing is a huge thing. You gotta get the blessing. Gotta get the blessing of the family. And this is like the last, we accept you as part of the family. Please take care of my daughter. And not more as a, yeah, this is my property, now it's your property. Don't break her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that that's a horrible take to have. I genuinely believe that that's a horrible take. Now, I've always thought it as, I accept you as part of the family. We love you now. You know, you were part of this family. That's it. Like, it doesn't have to be so deep as to, yeah, this is my property for however long. Now it's your property. I mean, anyone with 5 fucking brain cells could understand why that's not exactly a good take. I mean, you don't need to be Albert Einstein to realize that calling anyone property is a little concerning. And the fact that he has human trafficking charges, which literally in definition means selling humans as they are property, yet doesn't exactly bode well for Mr. Good old bald man over here. I mean, I think the proof is really in the pudding and what he says, as terms of, yeah, I feel like women are property, anyone's property. Oh, and now, coincidentally, human trafficking charges? What? I definitely think it's something to keep in mind as the whole process goes forward as to figuring out if Andrew Tate really is a human trafficker, is the fact that he does view women as property and as something to be owned, and human trafficking charges within female, especially rape allegations. I think it's something to definitely watch out for. I genuinely believe that is a red flag. And I also hate the whole thought process that, oh yeah, I'm the manliest man, yet I don't treat anyone with respect. I think the most manly thing anyone could ever do in life is treat people with respect. The most manly thing you can do is called chivalry, not put women down. That's literally the opposite of being a fucking man. Andrew Tate, I think you would know that better than anyone, seeing as you are the manliest man running Hustlers University that does nothing but sell a Discord server for $50. Yeah. Can we go on that subject real quick? Imagine being so fucking desperate that you pay $50 for a Discord server. Like, I don't get it. How could you pay $50 for a Discord server? I wish I knew. I wish I knew. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like it, please leave a like, a comment in the comment sections down below. Thank you so much. Stay awesome, stay fresh, and stay you guys. And I'll see you all later. And remember, keep an open mind, but don't follow the Andrew Tate because he sucks dick. Oh, and Andrew Tate rides it.